if you want to become Amitabh Bachchan, you cannot just keep taking the side roads.
And then you have KBC.
I've created Egyptian theme in just 5x7 balcony areas also.
And a lot of design studios fail to scale.
I never had any intention of doing a full-fledged interior designing profession. It's been 23 years of my interior designing journey.
Showing unseen, like showing the most
Natural.
The natural and the most smallest places also can be showcased in a much more larger form.
Being this industry is male-dominated, for a female to stand and make her place a position is really challenging. If you have to do luxury, you have to look one. You have to act one, you have to behave one. I want to be featured in AD. I decided. For the young budding designers,
Right.
This is the message I would like to say. You don't need to invest money all the time. I love plants all around this place, and that is the cheapest decor piece.
How did you grow the Insta account?
You should minimum work for 4 years under good one or two interior houses or architecture houses. They're coming up with something really amazing.
Hey Prachi, thanks for joining in another episode of Headway to Growth. The idea behind Headway to Growth through this platform where we talk to entrepreneurs, we talk to designers, we talk to people who inspire us. So thanks a lot for joining in.
Thank you for inviting. So even I was excited to know what exactly is this entire podcast all about.
Yeah. So Prachi, if no one had an idea who Prachi Jain is, what would be your story would you tell to first introduce yourself?
Okay. Very interesting question. So basically, I'm Prachi Jain, founder of Cubix Global. We are into interior designing and architectural projects that we have been delivering and designing. So yeah, let me take you back to the background where I come from. I never had any intention of doing a full-fledged interior designing profession. This all changed after my divorce. So yes, that was the time where I got my calling, like what exactly am I doing here? There's nothing, no work, so where do I start from? And though I tell everyone it's been 23 years of my interior designing journey because it was more of freelancing, but this overall transition that you can see and what you see Prachi, Jain, as of now, it's last 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that it's been 4 years since the infliction of you as an individual or you as a company?
It's both.
It's both.
So when I started, I had 3 partners on board. I was like a tiny girl, 17 years. We had our own company. And I had my 2 friends who joined in who were of the age of 25, 26. And I said, okay, let's start a company together. And I was also pursuing my BCom at the same time. So then they wanted to make it private limited. And they offered like, what do you wish to do? I said, no, I would love to finish my graduation and then hop into this. So that is how the transition all started. So we had the name of Cubix
Right.
Interiors.
Okay.
So because it was getting registered and PVT, I could not continue the same name. So we had QBIIX. I said, okay, chalo, adding one more I and I can still be the part of same name. But last 4 years, I thought, see, it does not add any value. It doesn't have any meaning if I have to say so. So I wanted to come up with more stronger and which added a lot of value to what we were doing. So yes, after a lot of R&D, after a lot of research, I had someone designing the logo, the name for me as a brand, and we came up with Cubix Global. So it does not stick to just one platform as designing or architecture. It has to be global. It has to be more exponential. So multiple domains can fall under this. So that's why Cubix Global came in existence.
That's amazing. And you alone running this entire show?
So I had my own practice as an interior designer, but then I thought I have to scale up. If I have to scale up as a designer, I was not great with management, planning, process systems. And that was the time I was actually asking Mr. Sanat Shah, who is my current partner in Cubix Global, to join the firm. He said, see, I don't come from design background. What am I going to do in this firm? I said, I just need 15 minutes of yours and I just need your brains. I want to hire that. And finally, last year, he agreed upon it. And our roles are very clear. I'm a designer, so I'm very clear what I have to design. I'm mastering it each day. I'm practicing it every single day to get better and better, best. But when it comes to you as a profession. So there are two different things. As a designer, you play the role of an artist. Artist को पैसा नहीं लगता है. They just want to create beautiful homes, beautiful apartments, offices, places. It's something they want to flow their art out. They want to flow it out. But you also have to run the show.
Yeah.
For a business, you need to have money. And for
Yeah.
that, you need to have that brain also on board. So if I have to expand, I need that vision. And this is what my partner is currently doing. So we last 1 year we have been constantly focusing more and more on the processes, the systems, the finances. We're getting everything on place. The relationship between the staff, the designers, and me as a founder, we enhancing that every single day. Yeah, so that's a very important part, a role Sanat is playing in this
I
entire
completely
process.
resonate because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that
yeah.
it's always great when you have a partner because this
Yeah.
journey is always very lonely. And a lot of design studios fail to scale
Yeah.
because probably lack of clarity in terms of finance, the processes, and the system. So coming back is what are the top 3 things which made a large difference in last 1 year after having your partner Sanatin?
So it was last almost 10 to 12 years. I always wanted a partner on board. I was very keen on getting. See, you cannot run the show alone. You can, it's not, you have to have right set of people with you. And being this industry is male dominated, for a female to stand and make her place a position is really challenging, I would say. So I was searching for one, but I was very particular. The person should be with a very clean heart, very good intentions, not money minded, and at the same time with very higher values.
Right.
So if these qualities are fulfilled in an individual, he can do the best with the firm. So when I offered this partnership, I said this is not a partnership offer that I'm giving. Cubix is a baby for me. So I'm a parent in Cubix. I'm one parent and I'm looking for another parent to nurture it.
Right.
And the day when he accepted his offer and he said, I would love to be that second parent. So that was the time I realized, oh, he's the right person. Because in past there have been a lot of vendors, a lot of clients who have offered me partnership. They said we would love to come on board with Cubix, but I was never comfortable. I always wanted few qualities that I was looking, and this is what I could find in Sana. And when it's been almost a year that we started this, every single day has been a tough day for me. It does not make me comfortable. So you need someone to push you. So may it be your finance, may it be your systems, may it be your own presentation, may it be your more designs, I would say. So every single day, if there is someone pushing you, making you work on your own self, results are gonna come.
That's something which you realize after 23 years of
After
you doing
23
this.
and past 4 years have been, I mean, my first mentorship was through JBN,
Okay.
the business platform that I was part of it. There I was privileged to get mentorship from Mr. Chakurji Gandhi.
Okay.
Yeah, that is again a very good era of my life. So where the difference started coming in. So I used to say I want to showcase my first project in magazine. I want to do this. I want to do luxury apartments. So from the base where I started was more of, I used to say we do anything and everything in interiors. So we've done like washrooms of worth rupees 60,000 to 1 BHK apartment to kitchens, every single thing that came our way. And I used to always say I want to do luxury projects. So that was the point when I was said, like, if you have to do luxury, you have to look one. You have to act one, you have to behave one.
Right.
So
Yourself.
why would a client come to you and get an amazing, beautiful mansion or apartment designed by you if he cannot resonate or connect?
Right.
So my makeover journey started from there. That wasn't just my exterior makeover, but I would say it was my exterior, my internal, everything. The transition actually started from that phase.
I would like to deep dive more on this. So, what
Yeah.
all Swift, what you had done? So, basically, me and our team also working on personal branding,
Yeah.
and that's where the Headway to Growth is one of the platforms where we're using in terms of personal branding because the brand has to be out there. So, on personally, what all things top 5 or top 10 things what you worked on?
If you have ever seen my Insta account, that's there for more than 4 years. You can see my videos, the way I used to create then, and the kind of transformation I'm doing it today. So when we say transformation, we just relate about our looks, our body language, our dressing, but that's not true. It's overall development that a person has to go through.
Right.
So it's basically you have to get into that zone. You have to get into the zone of cocoon to become a butterfly. I would say that's the perfect example
right.
I can connect. So I had never done workout in my 35 years, 38 years of journey. Past 3-4 years, I've got more into gymming.
You extremely fit, like that. I could make
Yeah.
a.
So I was 10 kgs plus what I am today. And more than weight, the inches that I've lost and the kind of confidence that I gained today.
So I think so. Physical fitness is one thing what you had mentioned.
One,
How about
yeah.
mental fitness? How does mental fitness add to what you want to
I've
be?
gone through a very big trauma in my past. So that was the lowest what I've experienced in my life. So I had my interior careers blooming at the stage of my marriage.
Right.
And then I had to give it up because I was also taking care of the boutique to set up my husband for the same.
Right. Right.
So that was the era I actually neglected my interiors as a career. So it was whenever someone inquired, maybe a project a year I was doing. That was a side business I was doing. The focus was shifted. So that took me back. And then you come back, you realize, okay, everything is gone out of your hand. So we actually, I was a person from my age of 17 years, I never asked for a single penny to my parents.
Right.
So I always say I'm a self-made woman. I never asked for help. The back support, the moral support was always there, but never the finance support that I took from anyone. So when you come, I'll come to the mental health.
Yeah.
So those were the times when you go deep dive inside and you realize you have to grow, you have to move out of this zone, and whatever steps required, you have to swim. So this is what I've been doing till date.
So top three things which I realized I'd like to sum it up in terms of how you transition from being a personality for yourself and a brand which you have created in last 4 years is power dressing is one thing. Second thing was you mentioned about the fitness.
Yeah.
And third is your mental space and how swift what you told that from this to being looked after as a luxury designer who could resonate to the people who have that.
Because if I have to go and shop, if the person who is showing me the product is not of the same capabilities, I may not go and shop. So it's the experience you have to give. And I've learned it hard way, what luxury actually means.
Yeah, perfect. You come from a very humble background. I mean, I have seen a couple of your videos where you're talking about selling Mitika bottle.
Yeah.
And that was one of your first videos. That was way back, 4 years back. I would like to know more. And from there to now what you today has been
This is around 5-6 years back. And I was like, what should I do? I don't have any projects in hand. I don't have any money. I don't want to ask to my dad, what should I have a kid. Okay. So I saw a Mitika bottle on table at my aunt's place and I said, can I click a picture? And I clicked. And I tried. I learned how to post it on my Facebook. That was the first platform. And I started doing it. And I don't know, God's grace, I started getting a lot of inquiries. So it started converting into leads, and my 6 months home expenses, my kids' tuition fees, school fees, travel was taken care by selling Mitika bottle. So that is how I started. And in that process, I cracked my first project after my divorce. That was a 3-story showroom, a commercial showroom that we did. And after that, we did quite few projects, and then COVID hit. So, but I never stopped. I kept practicing. One thing was very clear: any which ways I'm paying rent, any which ways I'm paying salary, any which ways we have good time because it's COVID. You're not supposed to travel anywhere. We were practicing design.
Oh wow!
We were working on ourselves. I also did few interior styling courses in those months. I thought of upgrading myself, and I never left the practice of designing and creativity. So basically, I understand one thing. If you tend to get like normal projects or you don't have projects, you leave your practice and then you become an average designer.
Right.
It's something like Amitabh Bachchan. If you want to become Amitabh Bachchan, You cannot just keep taking the side roles. For survival, you have to take them.
Right.
But you cannot leave the practice what Amitabh Bachchan does. You have to be in that mode of practice. In case something comes up, you should be prepared about it. And this is what we did.
And then you have KBC.
Yeah, of course.
You have the inflection point
of
of
course.
one big thing, and that can change everything.
And you cannot say I'm not prepared.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would like to also add, I'm an unconscious manifestor. I didn't knew.
What do you mean by unconscious manifesto?
Because I didn't knew what is manifestation. Now I can see, I can hear on Insta, on YouTube, on multiple platforms. People say you manifest, you get it. You manifest, you get it.
But manifestation is something where I could sum up. Because from being on average taking up projects where taking a kitchen or redoing a toilet to a luxury interior designer and have grown your Instagram account to more than 150K, that's has been a journey, and that can come only through manifestation.
Where it started, I'll tell you. Where my interior journey started, I'll tell you. So when I was in my standard 6, I saw my aunt coming and doing interiors for our bedroom.
Okay.
So this is almost 32 years back, what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So there, the trend was not for the interiors. Okay. Even you can connect.
It was a taboo in India.
It was a taboo in India. Used to come inside and they used to do, chalo ye kar do,
ye laminate select kar lo, ye 3 laminate hai, kar lo.
Chalo ye ho gaya. So this was the trend, and my aunt is coming and explain, and we just did one room. I still remember, because putting in money for interiors, who does it? No one.
Right.
So yeah, she did, and that was the day. I was in my standard 6. I still remember that day. And I decided, oh man, what is she doing? I want to be the same. I want to be the designer. And then I asked, what do you have to do? She said, you have to do elementary, you have to give intermediate, then you get through the interior college. I didn't knew about architecture, else I would have pursued that.
Oh.
I didn't knew about it.
So you've done your interior designing.
I did mine. So I was like, whatever it takes, I want to do it. I was a creative child since my childhood, because this comes from my mom. She's a very creative person overall. So this has come to me from her. So I was good with my drawings, colors, combinations. I was always great about it. So I said, okay, I want to do it. So I started looking what all is required. And I was so keen and passionate. After my 10th, I started looking for college and options where I can do my interiors after my, after my 10th itself.
Right.
So I did a diploma course alongside my graduation. So in my 11th, 12th, I already did my interior course. That time we did not had any degree course in Pune.
Right.
So we did interiors from the Ferguson campus where we had JRVGTI. And I was also pursuing my graduation from Symbiosis.
Oh.
So my dad was very clear, you have to have one degree, else you're not going anywhere. So I did my BCom and I specialized in my marketing.
Right.
So that's what I'm a bit good about.
I'm also BCom. I'm So I could completely resonate. That's why the business thing comes into you.
It comes. Yeah. So I did, but gradually when I was doing my BCom, I already started taking up my projects. Freelancing was easy in the community. If you're offering any free service, people are ready. So my first 5 projects were peanuts. I was paid peanuts. I said, whatever you wish, you can pay it to me. So this is how my journey started.
Right.
So I manifested. I wanted to become a designer. I became.
And now you realize it.
Now I connect. Oh, this was so strong and powerful.
Had you known from last 23 years, if you following manifestation, how does it work? If you're following today, if someone
every single day it follows. I manifested. I want a partner on board with XYZ qualities. Like I said, amazing ethics, a very genuine person on board who is not interested in money. I know what all things I want. But
that you manifest. Is it affirmation?
I mean, it naturally comes. It has to come from here. I said I want to come in a magazine. When I did my first mentorship with Mr. Chakurji, I said I was doing those small projects like washrooms and kitchens and single bedroom. And I said, I want to do big projects. Write it down, whatever you want. How much you want to earn every year? I was like, oh, I can write any amount? Yes. Okay, should I write 25 lakhs? That's too much for a year. I thought that way because I had nothing. So from the journey of Mitti Ka Bottle, this is too much to think about. Well, whatever you feel, highest you can think and you can write. I was scared to write the zeros also. But I manifested that time. I want to do luxury interiors. I want to do, well, what you believe, you have to think from here.
And write it down.
And put it in the universe. I want to do, I want to do, I want to do. So I used to have a diary and I used to mention the points what I want to do. I said I want to showcase my project in a magazine. And I'd done a beautiful apartment for one of the directors of JW Consultant. It's a very big firm again. And through someone's reference, I could crack that beautiful project.
Okay.
They say, what is required to get featured in a magazine? I said, a very beautiful setup, a good photo shoot, and then you have to search a magazine company and send the photographs. And if they like it, they'll feature it. Well, you know the process. Follow.
Wow. And you
It took
followed
me
it.
4 months and I was there in the magazine.
Wow.
It's interiors. And I was like shocked. This is what I manifested. I wanted to be, and I am. And that very day, I was like, I want to be featured in AD. I decided. And my journey took turns. And it got me there. And after that, there's no stop. We have been featured on multinational, international magazines also.
Wow.
So it kept going on and on and on.
So if someone who's starting their own practice or who is already in a matured practice and wants to get featured, so what are the steps which are required? What you had mentioned is first you need a good photo shoot. You need to shoot a nice place. Then you need a nice setup, obviously.
Setup, of
And then
course.
you need to apply to those magazines.
I also remember we didn't had money and there wasn't such profession as interior styling that time.
Right.
You are a designer, you are a stylist, you are everything who is on board. So I had 2 designers with me. So we got the props from my house, my relatives, my friends, whatever we liked. We picked up the stuff. I said, just give it to me for 2 days because we didn't had those budget. And my client was not willing. Okay, this is required, we'll get. I said, I'll arrange, but I want to do this shoot.
And you had your own props.
And I got a photographer who was shooting more of the wedding shoots.
Oh.
I didn't knew there was an
Interior
expert
photographer.
interior photo. And we didn't have that great big budgets also. I request, my pocket is small, please get this shoot done for me. And this is how we started. So if you have to, your work is amazing, you want to feature your project, you need to have a very good, at the time of handover, one must definitely plan to have a good photo shoot.
Right.
For a shoot, you should deck up your site nicely.
Okay.
There are agencies who do it on rent. There are agencies who take one small fees to
Right.
setting up the space. So you don't always have to get the props. You don't have to outright or buy. So there are ways. Once that is done, you can have a good photographer who are amazing for interior shoots. You need to understand the difference.
Right.
And
Right.
for magazine, there is a kind of particular photography which is required. For
Right.
higher magazines, they don't like lighting.
Right.
So
Right.
it has to be a natural photography.
Okay.
So you need
Okay.
to understand which kind of photography works for the kind of magazine I'm going to pitch in.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And then see, it's being a digital era, everything is open. You get email IDs, you get names on your Insta, on your Facebook, on your LinkedIn, multiple platforms. You can jot down 15, 20, 30
Magazines.
magazine
And you apply
houses.
to all
And you
20.
mail them all
Oh,
with a beautiful request message like, this is my upcoming new project. Would you love to feature? This is an exclusive, never been featured. And I'm sure if your work is amazing, people are going to come to you and they are going to feature you.
And is it a paid or is it organic?
Till date, I've never done paid marketing or
Okay.
advertising.
So it's all organic.
It's if they love your work, you don't need to. You have local platforms. So I belong to Pune. We have local magazine houses here. They know you personally.
Perfect.
Why
Perfect.
would they not do?
Perfect.
There are vendors who have their ads publishing in the magazine. You can talk to them. They can, if your project is good, they would ask the magazine house to publish your magazine. So there are ways. You have to go out. You have to be out of your comfort zone
Right,
and talk
right,
to people
right,
around.
right.
Yeah. For the young budding designers,
Right.
this is the message I would like to say. You don't need to invest money all the time.
Right. Right.
So you have to be playing very smart. You have to have your props. You know, you have designed, and today you have 3D views.
Right,
You've
right.
already designed it one particular
right,
way.
right.
So there are a lot of good, amazing designers who are using waste materials and making an art out of it.
Right. Right.
And you
Right.
can Photoshop it.
Right. Right.
Planters, I mean, I love plants. I love plants all around the space, and that is the cheapest decor piece and something that takes my heart all the time. I mean,
Right.
I have plants all around my house, my office, my clients' homes, every single place I would love to be grounded. So I mean, you can have such options also. So why to spend more when you have these options?
So someone who's starting off, you just need a good photographer, style it on your own,
Yeah.
and just do a cold calling. Reach out to 20 good
Of
magazines.
course, you shot down every single day. You have been scrolling your Insta. Every day you get to see so many.
Right,
You just
you do that.
search one magazine house. You'll be guided to
Right.
50 another magazine house. So you have to do that.
And it helps you in generating leads,
Of course.
getting featured.
See, I won't say one magazine would be helping me generate the lead. It's a process.
Right. It's a process.
It's a visibility.
It's a visibility.
So everything, people see me like 4 years from nothing to what I am today, and I'm still growing.
How did you grow the Insta account?
So I was the person 4 to 5 years back. I didn't knew what is Instagram. I
Okay,
didn't knew.
okay,
So
okay.
I'm 100% non-tech savvy person.
Right.
I don't understand technology. Today I never do online shopping. Going shopping, experiencing, feeling, and then coming back. I love
Right,
that person. I
right,
love that time. That's
right.
that's me. That's me
Right,
as a
right.
person.
Right.
So okay, when my Insta started, so someone told me, why don't you put your mitti ki bottle on Instagram?
Right.
So I told, I don't know. So I logged an Insta account. I made one. Someone taught me the process. It took me like 15 days to learn because it's not that easy for me at that moment.
I'm sure.
And I started doing it.
Right.
Then when COVID hit, that was the phase. So okay, again, I'll go in a flashback. I never got chance to do any interior job. I just did 6 months internship for experience, and I started my own practice.
Right,
Okay, as a
right.
designer, because from the community that I come, the leads started coming in.
Okay.
And I never thought, because you see, Array, I have project, why do I need to work? So a message I would ever want to give to any designer who comes to my office, or anyone who asks, what do you suggest? He's taken up interiors or she's taken up interiors. What do you suggest? So I always tell, like, you should minimum work for 4 years under good 1 or 2 interior houses, architecture houses. So you get good experience. So for me, I didn't go through that process. So what I say today, 23 years of practice, it's all because I had to take baby steps every single
Right,
day. I
right.
did not had job opportunity.
Right,
And no one guided me that time. I wasn't serious about it. Okay, so chalo interior ho gayi hai, chalo side mil rahi. Okay, she's doing good. But never that high vision ki I want to be the top. I want to be in amongst who's and who. So I never had that vision. When I was saying like Insta journey, I never got chance to work. So in COVID, I realized there is a lot of things that I want to learn. So 10 years back, I also went to 1 or 2 designers to ask or seek for a job. I wanted to upgrade myself. They said there's no such thing as part-time job. You have to be full-time into interiors, else there's... I wanted to learn. So I understood there is no one helping to grow or to learn things.
Right.
And it was already, till COVID, it was almost 15, 16 years, 17 years of my experience I had. So I thought, let me share. I was already working on my projects. So I thought there might be a lot of designers who want to know the basic things, which they don't know. So let me share it out. Because I learned it hard way. I had no help. Let me help others. So that is how my Insta actually started.
Right.
Starting from Mitti
From
Ki
COVID.
Bottle to
COVID.
coming to this, ki if I have some knowledge, which I know, see, I'm not that pro or something like legend, or no, I'm not. But if I know something, let me share it out.
Right.
If you like, you like. If don't like, it's okay. All
Right,
fine.
right.
And it started getting viral like anything.
Yeah.
Because all my content was very natural. My designer, my carpenter, my भैया जी कैमरा ऐसे पकड़ लो, मैं कुछ बात कर रही हूँ, कैप्चर कर लेंगे. I never used mic. I think last 3-4 months back I bought
are
a
you
mic
saying?
for my maybe 6 months
So
back.
that is zero investment. It
yeah.
is just you being at the site, taking an iPhone, and you shot the whole thing.
I am the person, a giver. I love spending money. But I didn't knew I should get a mic.
Right, you're
I didn't
right.
knew. I was very natural, very candid, no makeup, no filters, no nothing. बस गए हो साइड पे, this is the crack which is happening, this is the step I'm going to follow, or you have a marble flooring, this is the kind of tape you can use it, and your floor is safeguarded.
Right,
And it
right.
went viral like 9 millions. I don't know how many million it
What are you
went.
saying? That was the
And
first one? When was the first one
it was
happened?
crazy. It was crazy. I'm like, what is happening? Why? इसमें क्या है? मैंने एक सिर्फ sticker तो बताया क्या किया है मैंने. And I designed a beautiful mandir for my client, which got featured in AD, the
Right,
Kalpataru
right.
Jade, the Ocean Adopt project.
Right,
And
right.
multiple backgrounds till date it is getting featured. We don't
So
even
you didn't
know.
have a process. It was just
No,
happened
it
naturally,
kept happening.
educating people on what you're doing and what your
Yeah.
real life is.
So
Like,
that mandir, I don't know. In Pinterest, if you type mandir, that is the first mandir that you can see.
oh, wow.
Whole of India sees that one beautiful mandir. And now they keep showing all our mandirs because I love, I have specialization in designing mandirs. I love doing it. I don't love designing something which is very restricted in one single shape or form. So earlier we had the shapes of square or rectangular mandir. I was like, why restrict ourselves with any particular shape? So we started overcoming with different shapes, designs, and COVID phase we started designing balconies, small terraces, also with the apartment.
These are all niches you're talking about. You're talking about
Because-
mandir, you're talking
yeah.
about toilets, what you had mentioned, you're talking
Yeah.
about balconies, because people generally talk on a larger areas for design.
No,
That's where the...
see, if you get big space, it's no wonder you can design it amazingly. I mean, it's no big deal putting a huge sofa, few good armchairs, your center table, your side table, and some good paneling. It's very easy to do. The areas which are very cut short, small, and I go back and I think, oh, this has all helped me craft what I am
Grow your
today.
Insta account.
Insta and craft what I am today. So balconies, because people could not walk out,
Right.
I thought that is the space which is very much unnoticed,
Right.
and people use it as a dump yard or extra storage space or clutter just going around. I thought, why not beautify that space? And I'm very happy and lucky that all my clients gave me that freedom. So I've created Greece theme. I've created Egyptian theme in just 5x7 balcony areas also. So that was the small space which we've created, and this all went viral.
I think so. One thing which I was having a podcast the other day. I mean, long back with Riddhi, and she was also mentioned. And what you had mentioned is people want to see which is not being shown before.
Yeah.
So I don't think so. People often shows balcony. They don't often show mandirs. You were talking about the smaller details in terms of the
Yeah.
spaces being showcased. I think you think that unseen helps a lot.
People connect.
People connect better.
See, if I see India as my country,
Mm-hmm.
so I have to focus more on my average crowd. They're the general people. See, I am one of them.
Right.
So I connect with people. You have to understand the heart.
Right,
You have to
right.
understand what they are looking out for.
Right, right.
Why that balcony?
Right.
Because you cannot go outdoors. Why don't you sit there and sip your cup of coffee and feel
And just feel good.
relaxed? My clients say we don't go to cafes. Who will drive 4 hours?
Right.
Go and come. We love sitting and sipping coffee here. And
And how do you decorate your balcony? Could be
I love creating those experiences for
Superb,
them.
superb.
So yeah, this is the journey, how it went from and till date I share all my educational and knowledgeable reels.
So I think so. Someone who is just starting off and does not have an Insta account, who's a designer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think so. 4-5 things which I would like to summarize from our conversation what we had.
Yeah.
One thing is you talk what people can relate to. That's
Yeah.
very high. Second thing is you document the whole process.
Yeah.
Like your process as an interior designer going to the site.
Yeah.
Third thing is showing unseen, like showing the most
Natural.
the natural and the most smallest places also can be showcased in a much more larger form. So that's something which people like to see rather than talking about where everyone is talking about
Yeah.
the space. So, and you don't need a formal equipment. You don't need a team. You just
No.
need a normal mobile phone.
So yeah, of course, if basics is and a good iPhone or a good mobile phone, that works.
So fourth is a nice equipment, a mic, a basic mic,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
decent phone.
3 to 5,000, you get
Yeah,
a
3
decent
to-
mic.
yeah.
So you don't need to invest more.
And fifth, I feel, and this is out of a few people whom I've interviewed, is power dressing. How much does your appearance on social media help in terms of growing your account? Does it or does not?
It does.
It does, yeah. So fifth is power dressing.
But I won't say it's just for social media. It's for me.
Generally
It's
for
me.
yourself.
It's for me.
Because it has to come naturally because people can't fake it.
I'm a person who loves to be well dressed.
Okay.
So even if I go with my family for the events or anywhere, wherever, I like myself to be well and neatly dressed. I love
Right.
to present myself in a better way.
Right.
I love presentation.
Right.
This is what I am. I'm a designer.
Yeah.
I feel confident about myself. So that's no harm. And
And-
power dressing won't look good if I'm out of shape.
Right.
So again,
Your fitness comes-
Your fitness is very important.
Yes, absolutely.
If I'm fit, I will be feeling a lot more confident.
100%.
If I'm
100%.
confident and if I'm dressing something really nice, it is going to stand out.
One thing, Prachi, I think that while talking to you for a bit, I somehow I feel that I can relate to you quite a lot, because generally designer has a mindset, but you beat that syndrome, like mind syndrome of just get designer mindset. You are much more relatable. Common man perspective is something which I can relate to you quite a lot. In this also.
Whenever I have my clients on board, I never talk as a designer.
Ah,
I try to be part of their family.
right. Right.
Because I'm designing your dream home. I'm designing your dreams. I'm not designing any hotel or any commercial space. So I have to get that connection. Till the time I will not make you feel I am one amongst you, why are you going to open up your heart in front of me? The way
Agreed.
doctor
Agreed.
always says, tell me where exactly it is paining. Till the time you do not tell him the right problem and why is this happening, the root cause, and you better know it. Why is this happening? So if you have your lungs problem, is it because of air, bad food, bad air, it's liquor, what? It's just you who knows about it. Same way, if my client doesn't open up, I'm not being able to design what he wants or she wants. So you have to enter their heart.
And how do you do that? Like, say I'm meeting you first, initial conversation.
I love to talk.
You
I
love
love
to
to
talk.
talk. I
Okay.
love to know them. And
Okay.
I love to know where they come from.
Right.
What are their roots?
Right.
Are they from Pune? Are they traveling? Are they from Rajasthan? I want to know their roots. How is the family type? And in my meeting, it's just not the couple who is involved. It's couple, their parents, their kids. Everyone is part of that discussion. If not here, we have a questionnaire. I make it a point. Please, you and your family sit and write it down. And I generally make it a point if the kids are in the age of 12 to 16, that's a quite good age. I make it a point to give that questionnaire to the kid and give it as a responsibility to get this entire questionnaire filled with everyone's
family members.
suggestions and pass it on to me. So they feel, oh, I'm part of this process. Else you do, hey, ye chota bacha, ye kya kar lega? They know what they want. Parents, I always start my conversation with parents.
And I think this skill is really
I love
helpful.
talking to them. And what old people want? They want someone to listen to them.
So I think
And my first meeting or second meeting, it happens, it goes long. But once we hand over the project, they are not my clients who will call me. They are the parents who will say, Prachi beta, bahut din ho gaya, paaye nahi. Aaiye, khana khane aaiye, chai peene aaiye.
You build
Or a
that connection, home
or a
connection.
kid will call, Auntie, you didn't come over. I want to come to your office. This is how they talk to me. Or, I mean, this is what I've earned. I don't understand money, but this is what
you know
I've
what?
earned.
This is very few people, like
Yeah.
few design. I mean, I would not call only designers. Few people have the skill of building that human connections. So what I feel is when I go for a meeting, I always try to prompt by asking, यार कहाँ से हो आप? क्या business करते हो? Like I do offices, so I ask them like, where are you from? What
to know the background. Yeah.
परचेज से हो, अच्छा कितने साल परचेज से हो,
हाँ.
प्रोक्योरमेंट है कितने साल
So you
procure-
understand where is this all coming and where we have to go now?
और अगर वो को फाउंडर है तो पूछता हूँ कैसे ये कंपनी चालू किया, ये बिजनेस कैसे चला.
आपका जर्नी क्या था? अरे it's such a learning. I love listening to such stories.
Yeah, my brother gave me a beautiful advice, and he mentioned that whenever you go for your first meeting, until the client does not start talking about work,
Yeah.
just talk about person, where you from, how did you start the company, if he's holding a function, say procurement, admin, how did you get into function, previous companies, etc., etc. And once he starts talking about work, then you can, and that's where it helps you build a personal bond. So I like to, do you resonate to the same?
100%, because the kind of connection I'm talking about, you have to get into their heart.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to understand the lead is coming from where.
Okay.
So if it's through reference, your 50% work is already done.
Right.
Because your ex-client or whosoever has been connected and referred you, they know who you are at actual. But if this is a random call or someone coming from Insta or social media, I don't know them. They don't know me personally. So the first meet has to be at your office. You have to
Right.
call down. If they're from outstation, you should be aligning a Zoom call for yourself
Right.
to know each other.
Right.
Once this aligns, things are good to go, the project looks interesting for you, and you think this is a suitable client for you, then you should proceed ahead. But you should be knowing to filter your clients.
Right. Right.
And you
right.
have to have that card of knowing, oh, I can work long way, because for any new client, the entire process is going to be almost 6 to 12 months. The journey is big. So,
Yeah.
so if this aligns and we're good to go, we're going to be good friends and mutual understanding, where I respect my client respects what and who I am, this works well. But if anyone overpowering, this won't go a long way. So this process is extremely important.
And Prachi, one thing what I realized is where we as designers we often get into the whole world of designing. We forget the money part, the finance part, and most of the designers struggle talking about money. And we are having this conversation a while ago. So, what do you think that what should be the conversation where you got to talk about money? There is no other way around except for talking
that's
about
where I'm smart. I got brains on board, and my partner is taking care of the finance. So now he's the one who constantly keeps asking me, is project aligned with the kind of time you've asked for? Are your drawings in time? If this is all in time, what about the money cash flow from the client? So earlier, if I had to ask for payments to my clients, I used to have a hitch. How can I ask for money? For a designer, it becomes very difficult to ask for your own hard-earned money. When it comes to, see, I'm just not a designer. I have a whole
bunch of people who are going to
bunch
take care.
of people, a setup where I have to run. I have to take care of my finance, my salaries, my expenses, my rents, my electricity bill, a lot of things. If my finance does not fall in place, if I don't get money paid time to time, it's going to be mess. And I must tell you, I am also going through the same highs and lows. It's not that I've reached and everything is in time and payments are in time. No, it's a process, and you have to keep working every single day on the same. So yes, we are setting, last 1 year, we have been setting up a process where the agreement, the contract has been made when we finalize the project.
Right.
Once that is made,
Right.
with my client's mutual understanding and me, we both decide the terms.
Right.
And we make it a point like, this is the amount you have to be paying us if we are designing and we are on board for this project.
Right. Right.
Once that is agreed upon,
Okay.
earlier we never had any such contracts.
Right.
So it was always verbal.
Mutual.
And the last 10-15% fees was always gone on a toss, because clients used to always complain, ye sahi nahi kiya, ye nahi kiya, wo nahi kiya. And they used to find ways to not pay you. But now that I've started filtering my clients, so I see what kind of person he is or she is, what background they come from. I cross check. So
Okay.
it's just not client who's going to see कि designer कैसा है, काम कैसा है, ये कैसा है. We also do the cross checking part. How is the client? How are the ethics? How is he with his staff or other agencies they have been working on? If everything fits in, so the chances of you recovering all your fees is higher than just letting it go.
Right.
So you have to have that cross-checking part. Once that is done, your contract is done in place, and you have to keep reminding your client.
Send reminders.
You
Subtle
have
reminders.
to keep reminding, see, this much work has been done and we are expecting our next. You always need to give them a buffer period of 1 week or 2 weeks. So if you say it today, they are not going to give it tomorrow. You have to be pre-planned. So if this is going to come on my 30th, I want it on my 30th, I have to start asking from 15th.
Oh.
So you have to be pre-planned. आप आज call करोगे,
Pre-plan with your
बोलोगे,
work as well.
for work, we are very sorted. Now
Deliverables.
I make it a point on, so we have a process now. For any project that we take in, my entire design set with my 3Ds, with my execution drawings, with my detailed drawings, with my working drawings, everything is in place as a booklet, which gets done depending on the scope of work, maybe 30 days to 60 days time. Once that is done, whatever revisions, corrections, changes, we ask our clients to just get it done in that period of time. So I save a lot of time because I don't have to keep reworking for the entire project for those 6 or 12 months time.
Right, right.
Once the design is freezed and locked, my agencies come to know, okay, this is the scope of work, and we get the BOQs, we get the quotations from them. Okay, once that is done, client comes to know, okay, this is what I'm going to spend in the project. Very important step. Now this entire thing is sorted. We are good to start the project and execute. We also have a very strong execution team. Being a designer, there is no set formula. So errors are going to happen. You have to accept it. Flaws are going to happen on your side, on your project. You have to accept it. But once you start accepting it, and you have to genuinely go and talk to your clients. Okay, this has happened. Let us find ways how we can rectify. Because there we don't have, unfortunately, here in India, we don't have those learned contractors.
Right.
Even if the contractor is learned, the laborers whom we are tackling, they don't understand. So you have to. I am making a documentation. I am preparing booklet. I have my drawings placed in my project every single place. I have a WhatsApp group where I pass on the detailed drawings till they fail to see and execute the same.
Right.
So we have to have multiple agencies on board.
Right.
So there are chances because this is all a lot more of manual work rather than just modular.
Right.
We
right.
specialize more into residential, high-end residential, and high-end luxury commercials.
Right,
So
right.
in that scope, we don't do more of modulars. It's more of handmade, crafted, customized. When it is handmade, customized, there are chances of errors. But we make it a point कि बाबा ये 90, 92, 95% तक इसको rectify कर लिया जाए. Errors नहीं आए in my documentation. 5-7% it is part because it is an art.
I think before we come, I would want to deep dive in terms of the process. But what you mentioned is rectification of errors.
Yeah.
So whenever I go to a site, right, the biggest challenge, I've stopped going to the site because I get really emotional of things going wrong. So how do you not get your emotional quotient into picture and say they are sab kharab hai? पूरा साइट पूरा इसने ये कर दिया वो कर दिया because then you're so set back.
Now-
So when you go for money, when you talk to money to the client, you're so in a back step कि यार ये चीज already खराब है तुम्हारा already mindset है. So how do you come out of that EQ?
When I used to do budgeted interiors, 20-25 लाख में घर बना दिया, 3 BHK बना
Right,
दिया. जब
right.
आपका बजट होता है और जब आपके प्रोजेक्ट नहीं होते हैं,
Right, right,
you
right.
want them. Any way
Absolutely,
you want it.
absolutely.
आप ना नहीं बोल सकते because you are not in that position to say no
Right,
about it.
right,
Okay?
right.
तो उस टाइम पे आप क्या करते हो बजट में बिठाने के लिए? B and C लेवल के कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स को ऑनबोर्ड लेके आ जाते हो.
Choice भी नहीं है.
क्योंकि आपका बजट में वही बैठेगा.
Right. I agree.
A person who is B or C, उसको उतना ही आता है. आप 10 बार सर फोड़ लो, उसको नहीं मालूम है. But A plus contractor knows the details very well. You don't have to spoon feed him.
Right.
That is the difference.
Right, right.
Now we are doing high-end luxury apartments and projects. So what different we do? I have booklet where I have 3 vendors of each category minimum. And only A plus, B plus are the categories that we have.
You rate them
Yeah, of course.
based on your experience.
Why they're finished, their experience, their quality, everything matters.
And you showcase to the client.
This is the rate list, this is the, you can go talk to him, bargain, whatever you feel comfortable. We are okay doing this. You have your labor, I'm okay working with him, but this is the quality standard I want.
Or you already have a document for that. That really helps.
We have set of people. See, client don't know where to go. आप एक option दोगे, एक से satisfaction नहीं आता है. आप जब 2 या 3 option दोगे तो he will go, he will talk, he will decide because he is spending a huge money. And if your client trusts you, वो बोलेंगे मैम आप ही बताइए कौन सा अच्छा है, उसके साथ आप ये ड्राइंग डिजाइन सेट कर लीजिए, हम लोग फाइनल कर लेते हैं, वी स्टार्ट. बट we help them navigate this entire process. So it is extremely important to have that quality, that A plus quality. Your labors, your vendors have to be of that level. Materials can be secondary. I do
Right,
not
right,
use
right.
marble, okay. I use tiles, okay.
The way it's been laid is the more
I do
important
not
part.
use veneer, fine. I use laminate, okay, it works. The laymanship is extremely important
Right.
because that is what is going to matter and people don't understand. So this is where the designer comes to educate your client why this and why not that.
Right, right.
And this
right.
is what we have been doing. I always say, you want this quality, you have to have this. You have to have this set of budget. Only then you can achieve this quality. You do not communicate. They don't know. They're just going to do the blame game because you never told them कि अगर आप ये नहीं लोगे तो ये हो सकता है. The possibility and chances of getting this disasters is higher. We never communicated, so I went in that loop, and there was a phase when I got depressed, like badly.
It's
I was like,
self-demeaning when you.
Yeah.
I go through quite a lot.
It took me a month's time to come out of it, and then I had 2 more handovers, and my clients were treating me like a goddess. What you've made our dream come true. So you have to communicate, this is possible, this is not possible, the kind of time you're talking about and the finish you're talking about has to be aligned. So you have to communicate, you have to educate them, you have to take them, you have to showcase them. We both are one team, we are not two different teams.
I mean, I like the way what you had defined. Circling back to your earlier conversation, you mentioned about margin of errors of about 95%.
Yeah.
So do you have a specific document before we come to the
Yes,
process?
yes,
You have a document
yes,
for like these are the errors which are, and do you
Yeah.
tell the client as well that these are the errors?
So we have our checklist.
Okay, you
And
have your checklist.
And this doesn't happen overnight.
Oh.
I mean, I might have done 20, 30, 35 drafts for the same. And every single site that we hand over, we come to know, oh, these 5 things were missing last time.
Right.
Let us add up.
So you upgrade.
So even today we upgrade.
And then you publish to the client that these are the checklists what we do as your design
We have
management
an Excel
consultants.
doc which client can also access,
Right.
and we can also access.
Perfect.
Few clients they are not so tech savvy, they don't understand. वो बोलते मैम आप देख लो. So I have my execution team who goes, who sees. I have my designer who follows up with the execution team. I am on top of them to follow up with my designer. Is everything on time? Is going this is going correctly? We also have weekly sheets with our designers,
Right.
and for the project, for the
Right,
timelines.
right.
So you have to develop your own system. Every firm works different. Every
Right.
firm have different set of rules and regulations. So you have to understand which is going to be aligned with your scope. Like you said, you are a commercial designer, and I'm more often residential designer and architect. So my set of detailing would be different than what you do. So you need to figure it out. You have to create. You have to start doing somewhere.
You got to start, and then you have to develop over the period of time and follow that checklist. Ensure that your team is following that.
And everything is not required to be done by you.
Delegate.
Take your team together. Sit
Yeah.
with them. You have to discuss. You have to have those meets.
You gotta have
have
the
to
right
have
team.
those conversations where everyone, and you have to ask, what are your inputs? Come, think. This is the topic we're going to discuss. Come after 2 days. We'll again sit and discuss. So
perfect.
now you have 5, you have 6, you have more hands.
brains, and they keep thinking and
And
they come
they're
back.
smart, man. You have to utilize them.
We
It's
started
just
this
not one
exercise.
person doing the work.
Yeah, we started the exercise. So every Saturday, what we do is we tell our team not to do any kind of work. So we work 6 days a week.
Okay.
So on Saturdays, generally, we tell them just to focus in terms of these processes.
Yeah.
And we've been building, but it is a journey as well. It's a long journey. It is not as easy as it sounds. So coming back, how do you build strong, foolproof processes in a design company? Because most of the designers, which I personally feel is they fail to scale, is because they don't have good processes. Unless you have a process, you cannot scale, because unless people don't know what to be done, they can never take up jobs or take up roles which
So
required.
it is something. I take my ferry from here, from Mumbai, and I said, "Chalo," and I don't know where I'm landing.
Right.
Do I wish to go to Goa? Do I wish to go to Maldives? Or do I wish to go to Dubai? I don't know. I'm just saying, "Chalo." That doesn't work. So very first thing, you need a navigator. Second important, I need a sailor who's going to sail my ship. Who are the sailors with me? My team, my designers. So you have to have a connection, a bond with your team first. It's just not you set up a process and system, it won't work on its own. So you need to have strong team, a strong team bonding activity. You have to make them feel, and you have to actually feel this is one. So no groupism, no boss and staff differentiation. You have to feel this is my family, this is my home, this is my office. Once you get that feeling of so we have this culture of celebrating designer every week.
Oh, wow.
And it's not like doing something very out of the box task, but what new or different you did. So it's a surprise declaration on Monday. This is the designer, he did this fantastic design this week. Or this is the designer who managed a very difficult client amazingly. Or this is the designer who came up with good process ideas without me asking. So you promote them to think out of the box. You promote them to think that this is their organization, and for the welfare of the organization, they are coming up with the ideas. This is for everyone's growth and just not for Cubix or designer or my personal growth. This is for everyone. So everyone participates. After this is done, now and we asked her, and what we give, it's just a chocolate. It's nothing very fancy. Even I'm gifted at times. So my partner does that job. If I crack a project, if my pitch is really amazing, if I've really done some I've handled a very tricky client. Even I get a chocolate at times.
Nice.
And I love it. Why always wait कि आप कुछ बहुत amazing अलग करोगे उसमें
Celebrate
chocolate?
small wins,
So
yeah.
you are just missing out on celebrations.
Yeah,
So
I
we are
agree.
doing it. So now I am so happy, and we are celebrating our team every single
So
day.
first
we
you build a
celebrate.
very strong team to have a good process.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Once that is done, the team is going to come up, ma'am, this is missing. Let us work on this process. And I love to delegate work. I give them opportunity.
Okay.
See, this is your thing. You have to come up. So they become more responsible. And where they have problem, they come to us, ma'am and sir, this is the problem. I'm not able to. Can you guide? We are there to help.
Right.
We are there. So this is how we build. And once your system, your process, your documentation is in place, and in case your designer leaves, for some reason, it is possible because we have all young designers. Someone is getting married, someone has to start their own setup, own practice, or someone is going back to their hometown. So this is going to come to us. That's fine. But now that my process and system is on place, we are not chasing those problems because my mobiles are in place. The numbers are all saved. We have our office mobile numbers separate, which are aligned with all my clients. So we are not chasing any problem. So you have to set up. You have to have that bonding.
I think so. While we've been talking about the processes and how to take money from the client, I think so. The start level
Yeah.
to build a process is first get your agreements in place.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
you had
yeah.
mentioned.
Your contracts
right?
are very
your
important.
contracts are very important. That takes care of your revenues which are going to come in.
Yes.
Then I think to
Follow up is extremely important. The second very important
the reminders
part.
which has to go.
Yeah.
Then you mention about your checklist in terms of the whole
Yes.
design that
Yes.
at this step, this step, this
Yeah.
step, this is going to happen. That has been very well published for the site and for the internally design
Yeah.
as well. And then you have your team brainstorm and develop it over the period of time.
And also, it doesn't stop here.
Yeah.
Once we deliver the project to our client, we
Right.
make it a point for 1 month. We
Right.
take all the follow-ups. Do not panic. You shift. There are chances some drawer may not open. Some corners may be sharp. There might be chances which you want to rectify. We are here. So the comfort that my clients get, they don't feel left out. कि अब काम हो गया, designer नहीं आएगा. And we always have a culture of celebrating our handovers.
Tell me more. I think you have a very different one.
We started this practice. So a lot of our friends, designer friends also, I would say, our clients, my PR or social networking connections who want to come and see the kind of projects we have been doing. New budding designers also, I would say. And they don't get to see such kind of work.
Right.
Photography would do 50% justice to the kind of
Absolutely.
detailing you have done.
Absolutely.
But when you actually visit the project, the site, you understand the kind of detailing, the energy, the effort you have poured into that project. We have a photo shoot in the morning. Once that is done, we have a beautiful, fully laid grazing table. So where I deck up that table. And this is all done by me and my designers. There is no third agency. So we pick up the stuff from fruits to cherries to chocolates, everything exotic. So we love to deck up that grazing table. And we almost invite 100, 200 guests for the same
Wow.
event. And our clients are also invited. Whom the space belongs to, we say you can invite your guests too.
100, 200. And who are these people? They are
So they are my friends, they are my design fraternity, they are young budding designers, they are relatives, they are clients' relatives, clients' friends, and the vendors who supplied the material. It's a kind of get together because we had been working on that project for months or a year. So we would love to celebrate, and I love celebrating with everyone. I don't love keeping things closed.
But then
I invite friends. I invite my designers. I feel no competition of showing my
But then
design.
that comes with your abundance mindset because a lot of design communities are more closed.
Closed, yeah,
They're not
yeah.
collaborating. So
No,
this is
no.
some way or the other,
I
you're
mean,
collaborating on a larger level.
I love inviting. I love showcasing. And at the same time, I ask them, do you have any suggestion? If you think something is wrong, tell me. I will take it as a positive feedback.
Right.
If
right.
there is something flaw in my design, I will change. If you like and appreciate, I am
That's
so
bold.
grateful that you love my design.
That's
so
bold.
I want to
That's
celebrate both. I want to celebrate my wins, but at the same time, I would love to celebrate where I failed this time. So my next project becomes a landmark again. I'm here to grow. I'm here to, I want to polish
excel.
myself. I want to excel myself every single day. It's that.
Generate a lead out of that? Like all these 200 people
Of
you
course,
do.
of course. Oh, my client comes and praises. Oh, she's done a fantastic job.
And they call their relatives as well? Or
They call.
you're
Also,
keeping
the
the
builder,
ballpark open.
So if it's a new society, we invite the builder and we say, if you want to invite,
They would love to know the prospective clients
yeah.
to showcase
So
the homes.
what is it going to look if you get your interiors this way? So they want to sell out their flats. I said,
Yeah.
why not come showcase? It's open. This is an open house.
Very
because
nice, yeah.
I don't like to disturb my clients once they shift.
Yeah.
So I love to maintain that privacy. Maybe one or two clients whom I'm very comfortable and they are comfortable if at all my client wants to visit. But I try and avoid because anyone would not want their personal space to be disturbed.
This is one of the most unique ways to generate lead.
Again,
you have
my
your
partner's
builders.
idea. So all thanks to him.
Great. There's one thing, you're inviting your builder. Your builder is one of your biggest
Yeah.
lead giver because they have prospective clients. You're helping your client invite more relatives.
Yeah.
And then you're inviting fellow designers.
Also.
If, for example, I as a designer, I'm not able to take up a larger project, it's something I'll reach out or I'll collaborate with Prachi
Why
to get my
not?
designs
Why
done, right?
not?
That comes to me, how do you generate leads? Because that's one of the biggest challenge for any design company or anything to scale. So how do you generate leads,
See,
Prachi?
in today's time, it has really become a very difficult task, I would say. Because earlier they were selective designers. Today you can find lakhs of designers.
Right,
And there is no fixed education required.
Right.
I mean, people from no design industry are also hopping into interiors.
Right.
There have been a lot of engineers who are hopping into design industry.
Right.
Architects are becoming designers. Contractors are becoming designers. And they charge peanut fees because they have other way around as commissions.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you have to showcase that what kind of work you are doing.
Okay.
You have to keep yourself very open and it has to be a very transparent process. So for me, I get references from my past clients.
Right.
Second is my Insta account.
Oh.
Because people have seen me growing from where I come and they have seen the evolution of my designing. People think I'm just an influencer. But that happened by chance. I am hardcore interior designer. My heart stays in it.
Right.
So if I have to do binge watching, I don't do binge watching. I binge watch Insta, I binge watch Pinterest. I want design. So design is
right.
my source
Right.
of energy.
Yeah, right.
So this is what keeps me more energetic. So this is the source which motivates me. And clients have been seeing that journey.
Right.
And I had good, amazing clients who have been converted from these sources also.
How many leads you generate from Insta? Approximate number? Or you at least inquiries, forget the
See,
conversions.
Inquiries every day, 3 to 4 inquiries minimum I have.
That's a very good number.
Again, a lot of filtration because anyone is going to reach out to you.
Right,
So you
right.
have to pick up the right clients.
But
we
still-
never overdo.
Still,
we
if
pick up.
you have 2 or 3 conversions a month from
Why
30
not?
inquiries,
I would say one conversion
Because you
is
choose
what
your
I
client.
target because I choose my client. So I'm very particular about it.
it's referrals, it's Instagram.
Yeah.
You mentioned
Also,
about
the event that we
event.
organize.
Those are coming to number 3 is
So-
events.
So my vendors, my contractors, from where we getting the materials, so they see the kind of work you have been delivering. So
Right.
they also say, okay, ma'am, because this is the market where people ask each other, and this is where they talk about you. Magazines, the second
Magazines,
most important.
fourth is magazines.
So your digital presence
Yeah,
is
the
very
magazines.
important. So now, yes, of course, digital presence is extremely important.
That's more than enough. I think so. That you talked about 4 different
Of course.
contact
Yeah,
spheres.
yeah.
It's your reference, your Instagram,
Yeah.
your magazines, and your events, your housewarming events, which you
the-
celebrate in a
yeah.
200 people fashion, which
Yeah.
is very unique.
I've never showed you. I would love to show the kind of grazing that we set up. People come for that.
Yeah.
They find it so fancy because in our interior, the events generally happen that way.
Yeah, right.
You might have seen
Yeah,
the
yeah,
interior
yeah.
events, the way it is decked up and showcased. It's amazing.
It's more of a fashion event.
Fashion. So I thought, why not give this experience to our people? And we always make it a point, this is all done by us. I don't love getting the agency and getting it done. We do flower decors. We hand curate. I go to market and get stuff. I get fruits. I love to get fruits. I love shopping. So I do that part. So yeah. So because, see, it has to be, how do you have that connection when you are part of it?
Like a BNI or a JBN. You're part of JBN.
Yeah.
How much does a networking event networking event would help you generate leads? And does it help you?
The answer is yes. So, if I'm talking about BNI or JBN, JBN is a Jain platform where
Right.
we have JBN as a Jito. It comes under Jito, which is a Jain business platform, and this is similar to BNI. So, if you have 100 people like-minded in the same room, and they are going to do sales speech for hundreds and thousands of clients for you, if they know, they trust you, they love your process, they love your designs, they are going to talk for you. So I joined this community. It's more than 5 years now. I'm part of JPN. I won't say it gives you overnight success or overnight leads in any profession. If
It
you're
takes time.
really good at your work, you have to prove, you have to showcase, and you have to be consistent. The only key is you have to be disciplined. So
Right.
if I am consistent in my work, people are going to see what I'm doing.
Right.
It takes time.
Right.
And once that trust is built, the leads are going to come. Also, along with this networking groups, I would say the personality development happens here.
Yeah.
I learned my talking there.
So I think so that your public
Because
speaking has improved. And that's what you.
Everything, my presentation, my public speaking, my positioning, how and what I want, I'm very clear and very focused about it.
I have been part of BNI from last 6 years, and
Wow.
so I've been very, very grateful to BNI.
Yeah.
Generates a lot of business for me. I have business in Bangalore because of BNI. I still get business from Bangalore because of BNI. Pune, I'm
Yeah.
being very grateful. So yeah, I resonate to your point that you got to be conscious towards what you're
this
doing.
is how you're gonna have your leads.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to decide your pockets, and you have to decide your time, and you have to invest the similar amount of time required, and results are going to follow you.
Prachi, how I as a non-designer always I feel a challenge. Like every home, every say earlier we used to homes, now we're only into office spaces. Every office space, every retail or a restaurant has to have wow.
Wow.
So it has to, but you can't come up with a
You
unique
can.
design every time, right?
You can.
How do you stay relevant, and how do you design a wow kind of a space every time for a client, a unique?
So I'll tell you, there's a difference now and what it was earlier. Earlier, interior designing was more about fulfilling the necessity, the utilization of space, the requirements. Today, it has gone other way around. It's because every single day your Pinterest, your Insta is flooded with those beautiful decked up homes and premises and offices. You feel like you're missed out somewhere.
Right.
And then clients want, nahi, mera ghar aisa chahiye, mera room aisa chahiye, mera office aisa chahiye. The requirement list goes on and on and on. But you as a designer have to take that lead and understand what is the requirement and what is the purpose of doing this space.
Right.
I have my set of questions that I always ask my clients. Because if there is no clarity, you're just going to deck up and make it beautiful like a wonderland, and your purpose is yet on stake. Because you're spending crores and crores of rupees buying that property. So you have to do justice to that place.
Right.
I mentioned I always connect with my clients. I always take inputs. What is their need? What is
Requirement.
their liking?
Right.
And then I say, now I understood.
Then based on that, you come up with the
the
ideas.
major importance is utilization. With the utilization, whatever decor, look, feel, interiors that I can add up is secondary. Just you can't get blind because the media is showcasing, because the platforms, the social media is
So,
showcasing.
but see, I know only Pinterest. So, apart from Pinterest, like which are the other platforms where I stay relevant of design trends all around the world? Like
You travel.
you travel.
My design language changed after traveling.
You
So
design-
in my till I was 37 of my age, I never traveled international. So that was the time I decided I'll travel, and my first travel should be China, and that was my solo trip, and that was again after my divorce.
Oh,
Okay, so I went there for 10 days, and that opened my eyes. 6 days I was in Foshan, going in the Louvre market, the Sunling, and the best of the best markets. And I was just going, I had no project in my hand.
oh, just travel
So it was every single penny was spent from
from
my
your
pocket.
pocket. Uh-huh.
But there was one project I was doing, like I mentioned, for JW Consultant, the director of I said, I am traveling. Do you wish to get something from China?
Wow.
He said, I have my agent from Mumbai who can guide you. He'll be there. You can pick up sofa dining and loose furniture, and you can. I didn't ask for a single penny to him. I said, because I'm going, I can do the selection for you.
Very nice. Very
I
nice.
got it done that way.
Very
That
nice.
was my first visit to China.
Okay.
And it opened up my eyes. And
You want to travel more?
26th November, I came back to in 21st November, and 26th November, I think COVID hit.
Okay.
Just a big
Yeah,
difference,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think this happened. And while returning from China, someone on my way told me, you are a designer, you should definitely visit Milan. I said, where is it? I mean, what is it about? I knew Paris, but Milan, it's a design. This is where design starts from. And I decided the next I'll be going to Milan. And after 3 years, the place that I was doing a project, the AD project.
Right.
So that client was traveling, and she said, I'm traveling to Spain, and would you love coming to Milan? If you're planning, there's a beautiful exhibition going, Salone. Come over, we can decide some furniture piece, if we can pick up something good. And I decided, and I did everything. The process started, I landed. Eventually, we could not buy anything for her. She did not come to Milan. Nothing happened of that sort.
But then your experience in terms of
Again, solo, 12 days in Milan.
Wow.
And I traveled Nice and 2-3 places, and the kind of exposure. My
Helps
design
a lot.
language changed from there.
who does not have a budget to travel. For example, a 19-year-old interior designer, fresh college pass out, or say they want to get more inspiration and create something nice, obviously with few references. Which are the top 3 platforms you would suggest, like to hang out?
If you cannot travel international, travel national.
Okay.
If you cannot travel national, you travel local in your own city.
Own city. All right. But you,
If someone is
you,
from
you
two
keep,
tier-
keep seeing.
If someone is from 2 tier, they can definitely go to Mumbai, they can go to Delhi, they can go. 10 rupees, I think Deccan Queen is for 110 rupees.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what's the current rate. Second, Pinterest, I love it. Third,
Something amazing.
I love Instagram.
Instagram.
I
So you
love.
get inspirations. So that is again
And I also appreciate if someone. So recently, I saw this design hacks. So I have been seeing design industry booming. So many good, great, amazing designers. But the kind of creativity I can see with those guys, it's young pop blood and amazing creation they are doing. I love it. And the project recently done by them, Papa Don't Preach. I'm in love with that space. I'm personally going to visit Delhi for the same. I admire. So it's not copying.
yeah, I
you have to
understand. No, it's an
understand the
inspiration.
difference.
I understand.
So,
So, for
yeah.
example, if you're seeing something nice on Pinterest,
Yeah.
what is the next thing you do? Like as
We have a
pas-
group of designers,
Okay.
our designers.
Okay.
So I make it a point to
Educate them.
save and put it there. So like I said, I every day I decide, today I'm gonna go home. I'm binge a bit of Netflix. I want to spend that. I cannot. I'm not a TV lover. So I just decide, and end of the day, I come on Pinterest or Instagram. I share some beautiful references, and that is what I binged. So this is how it inspires me.
Right, very nice.
Also, I take my designers to different places. The KP one.
So yeah, it's so that's how
Yeah.
you find inspiration and try to
Yeah,
create something always which
And
is
you
trending.
also have to educate.
Yeah, you educate.
Every time, it's just not pictures. So in this cabin, in this room, what is inspiring me? I love this gramophone. I love this pampas grass. So the color mood, what is going well.
Understand.
So you have to take inspiration from the things around you also.
It's my last question. Like this has always been the question which I always ask. And if you have to put a big billboard outside your office or your home, what message would you like to give to the entire world?
I'm coming up with something really amazing.
I'm sure.
For me, it's freedom.
Define freedom.
For me, freedom is when you're out of your box.
Okay.
So practically, as a woman, I connect and I can talk about this. We are in the myth like someone is controlling us.
Right. You feel so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to.
Used to.
I used to. So when you're a kid, you think you are being controlled by your teacher or your friends or your parents. Then you grow up. You come in your college life. Then there are norms. You have to dress this way. You have to impress this way. You have to be cool, or you have to boost to look cool. You're in that box. So you have to break that monotony. Then you become a designer. Then industry starts looking at you in one particular way. And being a male dominating industry, आपको कपड़े इस तरीके से पहनने हैं, साइड पे इस तरीके से जाना है.
Right.
Are you well dressed? Is anyone seeing with that? How are they looking at you?
Right.
You're in that box. You get married.
Yeah.
मुझे काम करने देंगे कि नहीं? क्या मैं काम कर सकती हूँ?
100%,
You're
100%,
asking. You are
100%.
an adult, you are a mature person, and you're still seeking for permissions. And practically, this is not the case. Because you're not confident of your own self, you always keep asking for permissions. If you're doing right, if you're confident with what you're doing, the freedom is here and not outside. So the freedom, what I actually mean or relate, is all here. And every individual has the right to feel and experience that freedom. And this is the message I give to everyone. And this is what I would love to have anywhere I can put around.
Right. That's great. Thanks a lot, Prachi. I think this has been great learning experience for me running this design company. And I'm sure people who are watching this, this is the episode where we really deep dive. Right. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks.